What is going on, everybody? It's Lazivo here, back with some more black with some more Black Ops 2, back with some more Black Ops 2, playing on the map Drone. I wanted to talk a little bit about the game, a little bit about life. You know what I do? Talk about life, shooting people in the face. That's my thing. But first of all, a little bit about the game. I'm using this M27 right now, which is so far, I think, probably my favorite assault rifle. If you guys have been part of my channel and watched my videos from way back when, you know that I'm kind of an assault rifle guy. It's mostly what I use when I play any kind of first-person shooter games, because it's kind of in between. It's not so specific as like an SMG or a sniper rifle. It's kind of in the middle. So I tend to be an average player at best, and that's where I like to set up my classes. So. But I will say this: Black Ops 2 seems to be catered more towards submachine guns. I know T. Martin sent out a video, or a video. He sent out a tweet talking about that, saying that this is the first Call of Duty that submachine guns are going to dominate. And I tend to agree with him. I didn't know that tweet had been sent out when I was having this thought process, but I was kind of like, there's not a whole lot of reason to use the assault rifles. The fire rate's slower. I don't see that big of a range drop off. Maybe there is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the maps tend to be close quarters anyway. There's not a whole lot of those long lines of sight. Usually, it's very easy to move from cover to cover and not be exposed from those long lines. So there's no reason. Most of my engagements end up being fairly close. And so I will agree with that. There's not a whole lot of reason to use the assault rifles. You know, you use the assault rifles, and all you do is slow down your fire rate, slow down your guy. You know, with submachine guns, you get a little speed boost, and you can run around. I tend to use those. That MSMC, I think is what it's called, submachine gun. It's pretty badass, and I would definitely recommend checking out the laser sight if you guys haven't. That thing is pretty cool. It basically allows you to hip fire like as good as aiming down sights. You know what I mean? You just put that laser sight on them, and it just tears them up. One thing they should probably do to balance that out, I think, is make that visible to everybody else. Kind of like in Battlefield, you know, where if you have the laser sight active, you can, you know, the enemy can see you if you're around a corner or something. I think that might battle it out, because people are going to figure out that is way overpowered. You know, Call of Duty is about getting on target the quickest, and if you don't have to aim down sights, it's such an advantage. You know, if you don't have that hip fire spread, it's just really helpful. It's like steady aim, but way better. I don't know. I just think it's so accurate. It's got that, it's literally like a sniper. I mean, you can just pick people off from miles away. But anyway, I tend to lean more towards the submachine guns. I'll agree with T. Martin's quote and say use those. You'll probably be a little bit better. You'll notice a lot of these engagements, I'm pretty close to these guys. You know, submachine gun would have been the better choice. So go with that. But if you're going to use assault rifles, I like this M27 so far. I haven't unlocked them all, but I like this one. I like that SWAT 3-burst weapon. That one's pretty good. If you want to kind of be at range with that, you can kind of get some distance between yourself. It drops guys pretty quick. One thing you'll notice in this game is guys die fast. Like, some of that's probably due connection based. Some of it's just the way the game's set up. It's not like Black Ops, where I feel like it's somewhere. Maybe it's not even as fast as Modern Warfare 3. I guess maybe, you know, one of my gripes with it was that you died pretty quickly in that game. You do die quickly in this game. Maybe not as quick as Modern Warfare 3, but it's definitely not like Black Ops. It doesn't have that delay anymore. So, I know, overall, I'm really enjoying this game. I watched a video today. If you guys don't follow Woody's Gamertag, I know some of you guys don't like those big commentators, but I actually grew up on YouTube watching Woody's Gamertag. He was one of the first commentators I ever watched, and I guess I kind of related to him more because he's my age. You know, he's a little bit older than me, but you get the idea. He's more relatable with his content when he talks about, you know, his family and things like that. I just tend to kind of connect with that better, and I think you should watch commentators you connect with, you know. And I don't watch all his videos. I don't watch all of anybody's videos. I don't expect you guys to watch all of my videos. I think that's unrealistic. There's so many videos out there, and it just gets flooded that you guys might have missed it. But he was talking about lag compensation, and that's something that really interests me, because that was one of my biggest gripes from Modern Warfare 3. And what he said made a lot of sense. He basically said, hey, the community was complaining about lag compensation, and for those of you that don't know, lag compensation tries to balance out people with faster internet connections with people versus slower internet connections, where it's sort of tones down the people with fast internet connections and sort of bumps up people with slow internet connections, so everybody's theoretically or hypothetically on the same playing field, the same, like an even playing field. But we all know from Modern Warfare 3 that it just doesn't work. It was really bad in Modern Warfare 3. It didn't work the way it was intended to, and so what they've done in this game, it appears, is just take that almost completely out. And so whatever your connection is to the host is how you're gonna respond in the game. And what that means is some games you're gonna look like you're a god. You're in god mode, killing people really, really well. And some games it's gonna look like it takes a ton of bullets, to kill somebody. It just depends on how well you're connecting with that host. And I thought that's 100% my experience with the game so far. Some games I'm like, this is the greatest game ever, I'm a god. And some games I'm just struggling to get kills and just putting tons of bullets on guys and getting shot around corners. So it just all depends on how well you connect to the host. And I think, probably playing solo puts you in some better games than playing with a party. Like, for example, in this game I'm playing with Broseph. He lives in Vancouver. It's probably trying to somehow balance us out, and so somebody is bound to end up with a crappy connection, and so usually there's somebody complaining about it. I think we all have pretty good internet service provider connections, but just being just by the fact that we're across the country probably makes it difficult to find a compromise between hosts of where it's going to put us in a game. So that's something just to note. If you feel like you're struggling and you feel like you're getting a lot of cheap deaths, it's probably just your connection. Keep playing, back out, try a different lobby, that kind of thing. I think if you're playing by yourself, you probably won't notice it as much. It's probably the logic appears to be better in putting you with people that are close to you. If you play in full parties, you're going to struggle more. It's going to try to find something in between everybody, I think. So, I don't know. That's kind of like, I guess it's a good thing, take out the lag compensation. It is what it is, and it's kind of what the community asked for. So I guess we can't complain about it too much, You're going to have good games and bad games, but one thing you notice in the middle of this game, if you guys haven't played this game, I don't know where you're at, but domination is kind of my thing. That's what I've played. Again, if you follow my channel, you know that's kind of where I find myself best at. I just seem to between the objectives and killing, I tend to be. It's just the way my brain works. I played it the most. I'm pretty good at it, but like you'll notice that they added a feature to switch sides in the middle of the game, which is awesome. It's cool to me. You can it kind of balances maps out. If you remember Black Ops, there was maps like Summit where if you spawned on, I believe it was the C flag, you had a clear advantage. You could hold C and B, and it was extremely difficult for the enemy team to get out. There was only 3 paths. You had them covered at elevated positions from every angle, and it just made it really difficult. You could get spawn trapped by good teams really easy. This kind of combats that by saying, okay, you're going to start on one side for half the game, and then you're going to have the opportunity to start on the other side. So if there's any imbalance in the maps in terms of domination, that kind of balances it out because both teams are going to be forced to start and deal with that disadvantage, whether it's on the first half or the second half. So I like that feature. If you guys play game battles, you switch sides, right? I don't know if you guys ever do that, but that's part of the rules for game battles domination. I don't know about MLG, but I'm assuming it's the same. If you play domination, you got to start from both sides of the map, and this is about the biggest grenade fail I've ever had. I don't know what I was doing. I just stuck it right to that box in front of me. That was pathetic, but anyway, that's some of my gripes about the game. I'm really excited about this weekend. I got my boys' weekend coming up. This is just a annual thing where I go and hang out with a bunch of dudes for a hunting weekend, which is big in Michigan. There's a lot of deer hunters and things. I don't hunt, but I do like to drink beer with the guys that do. So we go up to this cabin that's owned by my buddy's family. And I call it a cabin. It's more just like a house, but there's anywhere from 10 to 12 of us hanging out there. We're going to play some poker, play some euchre. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up, but that's like a pretty popular card game here in Michigan. We'll probably play some board games. I'm bringing up Settlers, which I love. I love playing that game. We kind of turn into like a little drinking, gambling game. If you guys haven't played Settlers, that game's badass. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's kind of a weird deal. You gotta, it's sort of like Monopoly, but I don't know, old school, and it's cool because the board's random and it's never the same every time. You kind of flip over different tile pieces and it builds the board. So I love playing that game. I got everybody else into it, so they're looking forward to me bringing it up there. It's called Settlers of Catan, I think is the base, and there's a bunch of expansions for it, but I'm pretty nerdy when it comes to that stuff, and I do like that game. That'll give me something to cure my gaming gaming fix while I'm gone. I won't be able to play this game or any Xbox for that matter. But I will be having my fair share of card playing, drinking beer, and probably go to the bar, watch UFC fight, that kind of thing. Just a cool guys weekend. Good to get away and relax, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to try to put up a couple scheduled uploads. So this will be the first one, and then hopefully maybe one other one before I leave. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my thoughts on the game, a little bit about what's going on with me, and again, look for more stuff. I'm starting to get the feel of this game. So 33-5, that's a good score for me. Coming back. All right, guys, talk to you later.